Hello everyone, welcome to your JHOP April stretch. The weather is getting warmer, which means hopefully those muscles are going to start to extend and release a little bit from that more kind of bound tightness we find in the colder months. But we're going to help that along today. All right, so for your April stretch, I want you to have a towel handy. This can be just like a hand towel from the bathroom, you know, about the size of what a gym towel would be. Yeah, just to keep handy. We're going to use it for the first portion of our stretching today. All right. I hope you've created an ambiance and an environment where you can really allow yourself to invest in this time for your body. Yeah, light some candles. You can put some music on that you prefer in the background. Yeah, get your lighting right, get your space right, and then we'll begin. All right. When you are ready, join me on your mat. And you can just lay this towel right across your belly for a second, all right? It's gonna be just a point of heat and connection, and you're gonna rest your hands right on top of the towel, right over your lower abdomen. You're gonna close your eyes with me here for a few breaths. Inhaling in and exhaling out. And as you do some inhales and exhales, I'm not going to ask you to make any adjustments today the way I would in Pilates. I'm just going to ask you to find the areas that you're holding, that you're feeling stress, tension, anything bound. And allow your exhales to help you release what you don't need. Allow the exhales to find a deeper trust of the mat, that the mat can hold you. See? Just released my chest there. Yeah, we have this feeling that we need to hold ourselves away from the mat when in fact, it's there for us to support us. One more deep breath in here. Long exhale out. Go ahead and take that towel. And I want you to take your pinkies to the edge of both sides. So likely your arms are going to be a little wider than your shoulders here, and that's great. All right. Then lift your left leg up to tabletop, reach your right leg up to match, and I want you to wiggle on your sacrum, kind of back and forth a little bit, just finding some rotation, some massage through that lower back. Keep the chin down. A lot of times when we lift the legs, we want to lift the chin and then we pinch our neck. Yeah, back of the neck is going to be long. And you're going to feel some abdominal engagement here. Abdominal engagement is great. I'm a big fan, as you know. All right, we want that to support the spine. All right, from here, you're going to reach your left leg forward and exhale in. This is a great way. Even now, I just felt kind of a rush of heat as those abdominals engaged. Yeah, we do want the body to be warm when we stretch. It doesn't have to be overheated. Yeah, it can be. There are those options. Yeah, but we do like warmth. It invites those muscles to release. And as we get into our work today, we do want the body to feel warm. Creates a sense of safety for the body. Release. Beautiful. Keep those arms right over your shoulders. We're going to do about 4 more here. And 3. And 2. And just 1 more, friends. Now you're going to allow those knees to drift over to the right, and then glide your obliques back down to center as we find some mobility through our trunk, alternating legs over to the left. Now, to keep the chest expanding and opening, you're going to pull that towel as if you're trying to tear it into 2 pieces, yeah? So my left hand is reaching that towel to the left, my right hand is reaching that towel to the right. And it's also creating stability through my chest. It's opening up my collarbones. You want to keep those blades plugged into the ribs. Inhale here. Exhale, coming to center. As your knees go over to the right, you're going to keep tearing that towel into pieces, but your arms are going to reach over to the left, and you can take that chin to your left as well. And then come back to center. Towel over to the right, knees to the left. You can follow the gaze to the arms. And back to center. Please don't ever lose that belly button. Yeah, don't let it run away from you. Keep it in. Adding that breath. Inhale as you open the legs and the arms. Stretch the shoulders. Exhale, come on back in. And inhale. Exhale. Last set here. Inhale, follow the gaze. Abs draw in. Obliques glide you back. Legs just follow. One more time. Inhale here and reach. Exhale back to center. Awesome. Go ahead and lower the left leg and then the right leg down. Keep that tension on the towel. And you're going to start to reach that towel towards the diagonal behind you. Just hold it. Let's say, kind of over the forehead a little bit. You should still be able to see the towel in the upper eye. And I want you to draw your shoulder blades down away from that towel, really feeling the plug in. Now, reach through your fingertips. Keep drawing the shoulder blades down. Soften the pelvis. Make sure there's not tension unnecessarily happening in the lower body. And now you're going to start to stretch that towel back a little bit further. Now let's focus on the ribs. I only want you to take the arms back so far as you can pull the ribs into the mat. Reach the arms back, ribs pull in. Arms elongate, shoulders pull down. Reach the arms back, stretch, I feel that. And now very carefully, not lifting the shoulders, keeping the blades down. You're going to press those arms back to center. And we're going to try it again. All right, right away, widen the collarbones. Little tension as you tear that towel into two pieces and start to extend the fingertips behind you. You pause at any moment that you need to and reset those shoulders. The more I reach through my fingertips, the more I glide down through my shoulders. The more I open my collarbones, the more I pull in with the ribs. Don't hold the breath. Exhale, glide everything back to center. We're going to enjoy that one more time because that is feeling good. Open your chest. Keep those abdominals engaged. It's not a big crunch, just a lift. And then tail is long, crown is long. Reach those arms behind you. Pause maybe and draw the shoulder blades down again. Keep the ribs connected to the mat. Don't float them up. And now keep reaching those arms longer behind you. Find more extension through your triceps specifically, but the shoulder blades are staying down. Press your tail down, soften the pelvis. Open the chest a little bit more, pull those ribs in just a little bit more, and then exhale slowly. Glide those arms back to center. Awesome. How'd that feel? That was pretty great, wasn't it? All right, go ahead and bend the elbows and shake it out a little bit. All right, let's get into these legs here. So you're going to take that towel now behind your foot, and you're just going to start to stretch that leg up to the ceiling and into the chest. And here are some things I want to address/readdress with you today. It is not about how close that leg can get to you, yeah? That comes with time. What you want to really find is extension. Extension through the back of the thigh, extension through the knee, extension through the calf and the Achilles. That is what will actually create more flexibility in your body and also more malleability, yeah? So preventing injuries, allowing for more mobility. Straighten and bend just a couple more times. Exhale. Now, I want to take this away from the foot for a moment, and I want you to take that towel, whether it's behind your calf or all the way up here behind your quad, which is great, wherever is going to make a nice canopy for the leg, all right? And I'm going to keep mine, I think, around the calf today. I think that's the best place for me, all right? And you make your best judgment here, all right? But nobody's watching. You're not going to get any rewards for keeping that towel on your foot, yeah? And that's not the point today. What I really want to focus on today is keeping, with our left leg in the air, our left hip on the mat. So you want to avoid this happening. Yeah, that's actually shortening your back. It shortens the connection between the abdominal muscles and the pelvic muscles. Yeah, leading all the way down into the hip flexors and the hamstrings. Yeah, all that unit that's so integral to our mobility. We really want to allow that to lengthen today. So as you press your tail heavy into the mat, and also think of keeping that left hip down in line with your right, yeah, not letting it pop off to the side, then you can start to point and flex that foot. And I've joked with some of you about this before, but I really did become a foot person when I started teaching Pilates, because I became fascinated, and not in any kind of weird way, just in a very genuine way, fascinated with the amount of tension people have in their feet, how difficult it is for most of us to point and to flex. And I know as I've danced less in the last couple years, I'm shocked at the amount of tension that has come into my feet. Yeah, how much more difficult it is for me to truly stretch to my fullest extension and to a point, how tight the calves get in a flexed foot. All right, so that's why I include this in so many of my Pilates workouts, where we always take a moment to do this. And you can hear me snapping and cracking and popping almost every time here. Let's settle into a flexed foot here. Again, I want you to reach your lower back long towards the front edge of your mat. Drop your chin and feel the back of your neck reach. And what I want you to do now is just imagine this lower spine truly reaching forward, pressing through the hip. And right away, you're probably going to feel more zing. Yeah, you're going to feel that zing happening through the back of the leg. And as you settle into a deeper stretch, maybe you move that towel a little higher up. Again, I don't want you to crank on the towel. All right, I want to keep that tail down, and I want you to just extend and use that towel as a guide. Inhale in. Exhale, reach through the foot, press with the tail. Inhale, bend the knee a couple of inches. Feel that hip sliding forward just a little bit more. Maybe you hug that towel about an inch or two closer, but not much more than that. Now you're going to keep that length through the left side, through your tail. As you extend through the knee, reach through the heel, press the tail down, press the tail down. Flex that foot and stretch for 3, 2, 1, and then bend the knee again. Press the tail down. Maybe you hug it in 1 more inch. Now watch the knee. As I've said so many times, you want to think about keeping that knee exactly where it is in place. If I just push the knee forward, the length of this muscle never changes. If I keep this here, and then I extend all the way through that leg, now I'm getting to the zing. Now I'm lengthening that muscle. Let's hold here for 3. Deep breath in, 2. Exhale, long and stretch for 1. And then bend the knee. All right. Let's keep a hold of this towel right around the ankle, the calf, and let's straighten our opposite leg and allow this top leg to drift over to the side. Now maybe it stays bent, all right? That's great. Whatever's going to help you feel a stretch in your ITB here, your iliotibial band, go ahead and guide it over. Keep your opposite arm down if you wish. Gives you a little extra support. If you're feeling good, go ahead and straighten that leg. Some people start to really feel a pinch through the hip, all right? Totally fine. Navigate how high or how low you have that leg. Yeah, oh, and even just a little bit lower. I gotta pop in my spine. All right, so it changes, and all of us are so wonderfully different, yeah? So don't let anybody tell you exactly where your stretch should be, yeah? You figure it out for yourself. See what feels right, feels good. All right, flex that foot. Try to go for a little more length. Deep breath in. Exhale for 3, 2, 1, and then bring that leg carefully, slowly back to center. And what I would love for you to do is straighten that left leg and settle back in, towel over your stomach, hands over the towel. And just feel how different that left side now is. And now let's even you out. So coming on over, bend the left knee. All right, start with that towel over the foot as you wish. Give a little warmth to the toes. Don't put too much pressure on anything yet. We're just gonna bend and straighten a few times as we wake up this right leg. Stretching, I think, is about moving with empathy. We have to have empathy for our bodies, yeah. We so often have opinions on where our body should be at, or how flexible we should be, or what we should look like, or how our muscles should work. And of course we have opinions on that, yeah? But our bodies, as many of us know, have opinions of their own. So we have to have empathy for what we put our bodies through every day, what we ask of it. We gotta give a little back, yeah? We give back through this time we spend stretching. Feeling like 2 more. How do we feel about that? 2 more? 100 more? Last time here. Holding that leg up to the ceiling. Just let it settle for a second. Even if that knee isn't fully bent yet. Fully straight yet. Just allow it to settle. Then I'm going to find my canopy right here around the calf. You find yours, yeah? If you feel just more supported down here by the hamstring, that's great. Letting that leg just kind of sit in the socket. All right, and as we're here, let's go ahead and point and flex. Whenever you point and flex, don't feel the need to rush it, yeah? You actually want to get to the deepest position you can, yeah? So a lot of times I see people kind of like, oh, point, flex, 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 flex. Yeah, and I don't want you to waste your energy on that. Yeah, you're not getting a lot of benefit. You're actually expending energy on that, creating tension almost at that speed. So, breathe into it. And as you continue pointing and flexing, we're going to bring our attention to the right side of that pelvis. Thinking of the right hip, the glutes, the right hamstring. Deep breath in as you point. Deep breath out as you flex. One more time. And point. Press that tail down and flex. Adjust the towel whenever you need to match where your stretch is traveling. Bend the knee a couple of inches. Let's wrap that hip forward. Let's soften in the hip crease, yes? And instead of pushing that knee forward, we're going to extend where that knee lives, reaching the heel up to the ceiling, perhaps beyond. And inhale again, open the chest, wrap the hip forward. Maybe you hug that knee in just a little bit more. Deepen your abs and find your next extension, not by pushing that knee forward, yeah? But reaching through the back of the leg. Ooh. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And I think we should stay here for one more breath. Embracing the challenge of that deep stretch. Keep pressing the tail down. Don't let that hip lift up. Inhaling, open the chest, release the tension. Exhale, lengthen through the heel. 3, 2, 1, and then slowly bend that knee for a moment. Yeah. Go ahead and straighten that left leg on the mat. Re-extend the right leg to your comfort level. I'm going to start with a bent knee. As I start to journey that right leg over to the left, I'm going to open my right arm off to the side. Again, navigate the height of that leg. Yeah, where does your body just tell you, yeah, that's the perfect spot to stretch today. Don't roll too far off of the ribs to where you feel like you're torquing your back. You want to keep that opposite shoulder down for sure. If you're feeling like you're reaching a good spot, go ahead and try to straighten that leg a little bit more. If you're feeling like you're in a good spot, maybe you start to flex that foot. Getting to our final hold here. Inhale in. As you exhale, plug the hip. Reach through the heel and take it for 3, 2, 1, and slowly bend the knee in. And just release the towel for me. Open up those hips. Keeping your abs engaged, go ahead and start with this laying down butterfly stretch where the hip flexors really open. The pelvis breathes. Inhale in. Exhale out. Here I'll offer you an option. If this just feels great to you and you want to live in this stretch, go for it. If you want to take it to happy baby pose, hug your knees up towards your chest, curl your tail, lift your hands to those ankles and catch, and then you can slowly rock side to side. Again, whatever feels good for you today in this moment. Next time we do this together, you may pick another option. You've got choices. I just ask that you keep the shoulders open, you keep your neck nice and long. Anytime a stretch gets deep, try not to let it equate to tension in the body. But extension is always good. Oh, I'm so clever. Inhale in. And exhale out. Gently, wherever you're at, you want to place your hands on the outside of your knees and bring them back to center. We're going to come back to this position at the end of our session today, but I just want you to feel that tail. Go ahead and wiggle the pelvis side to side. Chest is open, and the idea here is that you're hugging your knees in, but that you're lengthening your tail forward. Knees come in, pelvis reaches forward. Deep breath in. And exhale. Good. For today, go ahead and just let the feet come down to the mat. Roll over to one side and gently just press yourself up to a seated position. I'm going to stay facing forward on the mat here. And grab your towel again. I've introduced this in a couple different opportunities over the last year. Of spine stretch forward and saw with our towel. So I want you to walk your hands in a little bit closer this time, so not quite at the edge of your towel. You want to think about still keeping those fingertips in front of your shoulders, but now just with the towel. Add that tension, yeah, like you're going to pull that towel apart. Lift up nice and tall. And you're going to maintain that tension, opening up through the chest as you lower your chin down. Oh, goodness. And start to roll down through your spine, one vertebra at a time, maintaining that pull of the towel in two directions. Now, don't forget the waist pulling back. Yeah, you want to pull those abs and stretch your spine backwards. Flex your feet, reach the heels forward. Keep lengthening the towel forward as you roll up through your spine, one vertebra at a time. Don't lift that neck and head until you absolutely must. Again, pull the towel two directions. Let that create more length through your spine. Lower your chin to your chest. Nose down to the navel. Keep hollowing out the abdominals as you reach forward with the arms. Flex your feet. And roll it up one vertebra at a time. From here, let's take it to saw. All right, so actually going to lift the towel. Let's go on a little up and over journey. Twist the right rib cage over to the left, and then reach that right arm down towards your left foot. And then come back up through center. A little up and over action here. So left arm reaches over towards that right big toe. Shoulders stay down. And then lift up. And reach. And as you reach forward, keep that right hip pulling back. Now take a peek through the window of your arms. Twist a little bit more. And then up. And over to the other side. As you reach forward, pull that opposite hip back behind you. Keep the waist drawing in. Peek through the window a little bit more. And up. And one more time each side. And up. And reach. And up. Gorgeous. Feeling so good. All right, keeping on this idea of some lower back work today, I want you to take this towel and place it right underneath your cheeks, almost like you're gonna sit on it. All right, a lot in class over the last month, I've been discussing not rolling back with your shoulders and your chest, but really, really, really trying to find that flexibility through your lower back. So let's keep on that journey, because it is a journey, all right? And I want you to start to let your waist fall backwards, okay? So not your head, not your chest, but your waist is gonna start to fall backwards. And now you are going to press actively forward through the lower spine, through the glutes, and reach forward into that towel. Keep trying to tear that towel apart. Lower spine hits the mat, and then you peel back up one vertebra at a time. And there's something so secure about that towel there, yeah? So the more you pull tension, yeah, it's like you have a safety bar right underneath that pelvis, so trust it. Tucking the pelvis under, that spine has to reach forward and long into the towel. L1, 2, 3, 4, 5, come into the mat, and then you scoop and curl back up. Couple more times here. Inhale back. I want you to think about your stickiest spot in your spine. Yeah, and through that, especially that lower spine. Where is the hardest part for you to articulate? Really focus on that spot. And then scoop and curl up. One more time here, team. Shifting the hips underneath you. Waist falls backward. Crown of the head is still on the ceiling. Eyes on your belly button. Hold here. 3, 2, 1. And then scoop and curl back up to center. Amazing. All right, that towel is always there for you. You're always welcome to use it as a little sweat rag too. But anytime you're in class, just grab that towel. Anytime you need a break from Zoom, grab that towel. Okay, beautiful. Let's come on to hands and knees. All right. Wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. I can't help hit this position, but want to do some cat-cows. So they're just so wonderful. Go ahead and drop your head and lift your waist. And then open the chest. Tail gently reaches back. Don't overdo it. Yeah? Now, don't just pull up through the ribs. This is that same tucking of the pelvis we were just talking about. The pelvis shifts. You see that? That's what you want to find. Press the hands down. Drop the crown of the head. And then reach the tail out, open the chest. We'll do one more set here. Find more length through your upper back. Keep that belly button pulled in. Find the curl of the pelvis. And round over. And all the way out. Opening that chest. Coming back to neutral. Tuck the toes and press up into your down dog. Reach. Start to pedal your heels, shoulders down. Coming back to center. Lift your heels, rise up to the toes, and then press the heels back down. Any wrist issues, put a little bend in the elbows, draw the shoulder blades down. Rise up to the toes again, and then bend your knees all the way down to the mat. Open your knees a little wider and sit back. Get those hips ready again. We did a really nice kind of hip opener earlier, but we're gonna get into some lunges, so just give it a little wakey wakey again. And I like to move. Yeah, duh. You've met me. Yeah, so I keep a little rock side to side. You choose what feels good for you. Abs draw in, coming back out to neutral very gently. You're gonna take that right leg forward. Slide your knee back in this kneeling lunge here. All right, any issues with that knee, feel free to double up your mat or put that towel, hey, handy towel, right underneath that knee. I just want you to find some circles here. Yeah, this again, it's not a huge movement, just opening in those hips. Gosh, it feels really, really good. One more. And then reverse those circles, around and up. Round and up. Good, keep breathing, team. Last time. Coming back to center, keeping your hands nice and firm. Tuck the back toes and extend that back leg. Now reach your right hip down to the mat. Make sure you're not rotating over to the left. Yeah, pelvis is now going to try to stay stable. Now really dynamically push back with that left heel. Anchor the right heel forward. Make sure the knee is directly over the ankle. And here's where we're going to get a little spicy here today, friends. We're going to rotate forward. So walk your hands forward to the side of your mat and sit into your side lunge. Now, depending on your hip mobility, you may need to keep some weight forward. Maybe the hips come up a little bit. That's okay. You slowly ease down. Yeah. Watch this knee again. All right. Right over that heel, and you're going to feel a big stretch through here. Oh, I just got into that deeper stretch. Woo. Mobility, mobility, mobility. Go ahead and roll it back into your front lunge. Keep dynamically pressing that heel back. Big toes into the mat. And turn towards me again, friends. Here we go. As you rotate, watch this knee. You definitely don't want to be over here. Yeah, this is bad news bears. All right. And the more center you get, the more you're going to get that inner thigh. And I don't know what I did to make that inner thigh so sore, but woo, feeling it. Think of that booty dropping and the chest lifting a little bit more. Now we're going to start to walk it through. So you take your time. We're going to do this a few times. So you catch however many reps you can. And walking it side to side. Gonna do one more full rep here. So rotating over to my right. And then rotating back to the left. Hold here. Now maybe you push over to the right just a little bit with that leg. Feel that deep inner thigh work. And then we're gonna rotate over with that left leg in front. Place your knee down right away. All right, uncurl your toes. And we're here, we're gonna let that left hip breathe. Right hip reaches down towards the mat. And just find those circles here. And we're just rocking forward and back. Reverse your circles. Coming back to center. When you're ready, team, tuck your toes and find your full lunge. Stabilize the pelvis, keep those abs drawing in. Now reach your right heel actively towards the wall behind you. Keep that chest open, not collapsing. And keep that left big toe heavy into the mat. And then from here, let's rotate into your side lunge. You be careful with your knees. If there's any knee tension or pressure that starts to happen, just come out of this. Rotate back into your front lunge. Back to your side lunge. Keeping it warm, keeping it flowing. Let's start to roll through again, side to side. Your own tempo. Find your way into center here. Hands on the mat for a second, and you can just let those hips breathe side to side. And then bring your elbows up on top of your thighs. Once you settle into center here for a moment. Now, gently, oh, I feel that. Press your forearms into the outer part of your knee. I guess I should say the inner part, yeah. Just the inner thigh, inner knee. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more breath here. Inhale in. Exhale, gently walk your hands down to the mat. Let's rotate to parallel and flip over into that forward fold with open legs. I'm gonna let that hair drop, let my neck release. Now you can tippy toe out wider as you wish. Keep your hands on the mat. Think of inverting a little bit with those feet, letting the heels press out just a little bit more than the toes. Maybe that head comes down to the mat. Inhale in. Exhale out. There we go. One more breath. Exhale. Coming up halfway. Tippy toe those feet back in. And then make your way down to seated. Oh, that was nice. All right, staying seated here. We're gonna do our seated figure four today. Fingertips in towards your bum. I want you to cross this right ankle over your left knee. And then go ahead and have a seat. All right, for some of us, this is gonna be a little bit more extended. All right, totally fine. All right. But the idea is that you want to get both knees in line with each other. And then you start to walk your chest forward. Keep both hip bones anchored into the floor. Keep your neck lifting. Keep breathing. One more deep breath here, everybody. Exhale. stretch your left leg out. Bring your right foot to the inside of that left leg and go ahead and stretch forward over that leg. Release your chin side to side. Rising up about halfway. All right, we're going to take a flex foot here. And you know, for me, I'm always going to ask you to reach, and you can always grab your towel here as well, behind the ball of your foot. Yeah, so wherever you need to be to make that happen. And press the heel towards the edge of your mat. Round over again. Release the foot and just roll it up through your spine. All right, right foot stays, left leg crosses over. Each side is going to be uniquely different, yeah? So just open your awareness to what your muscles are telling you. You may need to adjust accordingly. I invite you to adjust accordingly. Keep finding length in the spine, making sure we're not caving backwards away from the stretch. If anything, your legs should go forward and you should sit up taller, yeah? One more big breath. Exhale. Slide that right leg out. Left foot comes to your inner thigh here. And just take a gentle release over that leg. Coming on up, wrap your hands around the ball of your foot. Keeping the neck long. Yeah, try to not add any tension. Press that heel forward. Ball of the foot comes back to you. Then you can release the torso over. And release the foot. Slide it on up. All right. Coming on down. Roll down through your spine. Bend your knees into your chest. So this is where I mentioned to you we were going to come back to earlier. Earlier I mentioned we would come back to this later. Idea here is I want you to still think of that length through your lower spine. And I want you to keep your left knee in as you extend that right leg out to the high diagonal. So I'm going to find some hip flexion here while keeping my tail long. And we're just going to hold this. Keep hugging that left knee in. Lifting the abs, extend that right leg out as long as you can. And then bend your right knee in. Left leg extends. Keep your tail down, keep the ribs down. Hug that right knee in more. Extend the left leg out more. And then both knees come in. Keep hugging the legs. Keep pressing the tail down. Drop the chin and feel the back of your neck reach long. Inhale in. Exhale out. Tail even longer, crown even longer. Release the hold on the legs. Keep your abs engaged, just your feet float down to the mat. Now you can stay here with your feet on the mat and your knees up to the ceiling, or you can go ahead and extend your legs. Whatever works for you. into Savasana. Opening your arms out to the side, palms to the ceiling. Connect to the stillness, to the quiet, to the breath. Start to wiggle your toes and your fingertips. Release your chin, just a little tick-tock side to side. And then bring your feet onto the mat. Allow those knees to just drift over to the side and use the arm to help you come on up to a seated position. Well, my community, my friends, here we are with another month of stretch. I am dedicated to incorporating this into my schedule this month. I completely confess to my community that I have not been the best at incorporating stretch into my own routine, and it is something my body so desperately needs. So join me on that journey. Whenever you have done your stretch workout, take a screenshot, tag me on it, post it on social media, and you will get a discount on May Stretch with JHOP. All right, so there's your invitation, and that means every single time you do it. All right, you'll get entered into that. All right, thank you everybody so much. I hope you feel wonderful. I feel great. Yeah, let me know how you're feeling. Reach out to myself and the rest of the community and support stretch in our very, very busy and hectic lives. I'm wishing you well. I'm wishing you warmth and safety and happiness this month. Thank you for joining me.